Hey everybody, so today I want to talk a little bit about the meaning of life. I want to start by saying that the purpose of life widely depends on what the purpose that you give it. But I think that there's like a deeper meaning than just that. Like me personally, I believe that there's there's an underlying lying meaning that a lot of people neglect. And to me, the biggest meaning of life is growth. We go through life every day wondering why things have to be as hard as the way they are. And that's because it's meant to push us to be the best version of ourselves. If you look at the universe, everything relies on growth in order to keep going. Everything is about planting seeds and giving nourishment to them so that they can grow into trees, in a way. If you look at like our anatomy and the inside of our bodies, our bodies are actually really similar to the way that trees work. We don't derive as much nourishment as plants do from the sun, but we derive a lot of like our vitamins and stuff from the sun. We ground ourselves energetically to the earth so that we can connect to its energy. And when you look at everything in nature, it's all about deconstructing itself and reconstructing itself in order to keep growing. Everything like it's actually been shown in science that the universe is in a constant state of expansion. Everything is constantly moving outward, and everything relies on planting seeds. So when you take like something like the Big Bang, for example, or supernovas and stuff like that, every time, I've said this multiple times and it might be getting a bit repetitive, but I'm going to say it again anyways. Supernova planets and stars are created through supernovas. Whenever another star dies, the remains of that star crash together inside of a nebula, and the gravitational pull causes the gas to get pulled in and then ignited under pressure, under like severe pressure, in order to light on fire and become a star. So this is like the universe planting the seeds, because once that star becomes a star, it starts attracting more things from around it, and it becomes a solar system because it attracts bigger objects like it attracts objects like meteors. Those meteors crash together once again to create planets. And then once the planets are created, if the planet meets the right condition, then life will form on it, because meteors containing the basis substances for life will crash into that planet and combine with the other elements within the planet in order to first develop underwater plant life. Once the planet starts accumulating water, and then the very basic the most basic forms of life, microscopic organisms, start to evolve, and they grow over time, evolve into bigger organisms, like the ones that we see all over the place today, like animals and people. This isn't it's a fact that, I mean, this isn't a belief that's accepted by all spiritual people, but honestly, I think that all spirituality can be explained by scientific knowledge. That's just me, though. Some people would disagree. Some people would say science isn't even really real, and nothing that we live in is real. But but to me, everything is real, and science is just the universe putting rules into place in order to keep itself sustained. So, to me, science is perfect. Almost everything in science is perfectly reasonable until we find a reason why it isn't. Like, and every single thing in the universe grows when you look at it. We start, and like I said before, everything starts with a seed. Even people start from a seed, and through the nourishment that their mother's womb gives them, they grow up into a bigger form of life, a bigger, more complex form of life, cellular organisms. And everything is in a constant state of growth. We're all in a constant state of growth. And when the earth recycles our bodies when we die and we biodegrade into the soil, it just creates more nutrients for the earth to keep growing. So the whole point of our being is to plant seeds and nourish those seeds in order to keep life sustained, in order to keep life in a constant cycle like this. And when we reach, the truth is that nowadays what's sad is that a lot of people aren't focused on reaching the full potential of humanity, but we're more than we think what we are. We could, if everybody on this planet were to come together and just accept each other and to accept and start loving everybody, including themselves, then we could develop interstellar travel. We could figure out the secrets to everything that we've been looking for. And even now, like, we have the potential, I believe, to get to Mars and other planets that are in our solar system. But we just have to put our belief and our work into it, which we haven't been doing. We haven't been putting enough effort into our growth. Because, like, we could bring life to all of these planets that are in our solar systems, and that would solve so many issues. That would solve so many issues that our planet is experiencing right now, if you believe in overpopulation, that is. And world hunger. All we would really need to solve those things is more room. But instead of actually focusing on trying to sustain all of the life in our world and accepting moral responsibility for every living thing, our leaders are just deciding to say, hey, let's kill everybody off, and that will fix everything. It will give us more control, more power, and it will make them more subedient. I can't remember the exact word but it'll make them more compliant with us. That's what our leaders want. Our leaders aren't out for our best interests. They're not out for the growth of the world. They're trying to kill you off. And I believe that with all of my heart. They want to control you. They want power over you. In fact, I don't even think that they care if they die. Because then they'll prove their point that the universe and God isn't in control. But that's a point that they can never prove. They want to kill off this planet so that they can prove that they're in control. But even if they kill off this planet, then other planets will grow into something more beautiful. So I'm not really worried about that, but anyways, we can start by coming together as a people, figuring out how to get to these other planets, which I believe would be actually fairly easy, and plant seeds on those planets as well. Every single person is beautiful, and every single person has the right and deserves to live. Every person is worthy of love. Every person is worthy of being alive, and every person has a purpose. Nobody has the right to take a life. And by trashing our world and destroying the environment, we're taking away everybody's lives. We need to come together and fix this before it's too late, I think. And I've accepted now that I can't change it. There's nothing I can do. The only thing I can do is change myself and hope that it's enough, and hope that everybody else makes the choice to change themselves as well. Because that's the only way that we're going to get ourselves out of this mess, by saving ourselves, focusing on ourselves, and not focusing on our own growth, and hope that everybody else follows. And I believe that we will get to that state. But we have to stop listening to what the outside world tells us and accept that we know nothing, and that we have a lot to learn. Keep walking down that path of surrendering your beliefs and accepting new ones, just so that you can grow. It's going to be painful, yeah. It's going to hurt a lot, but that's just going to make the growth all the more meaningful in the end. When a person's world is crashing down, they have two choices. One, sit there and crash down with the world. Or two, use it as an opportunity to grow. I, for one, I'm going to make the choice to grow rather than to fall down continuously again and again. I'm going to move forward, and I'm never going to fall down again. I hope you have a beautiful day, everyone. Blessed be.